All right, today we're learning about systems of inequalities. We're going to do it by graphing and also by plugging in if you do have answer choices. So go ahead and label your notebook systems of inequalities. Systems of inequalities. Make sure you put your symbols in your notes. Make sure you put these symbols here. An inequality, these mean greater than or equal to, and this is when you're shading above the line. This is a dashed line, solid line, shading above. And you have less than, which is a dashed line, also shading below. And then less than or equal to is a solid line, shading below as well. Make sure you put your keys there. That's really important, by the way. All right, so what if we're given a problem? These are your steps. You can write those down as well. But we'll go over that here in a minute. Say you're given a problem like this. Write this down. Y is less than or equal to 1/5 x plus 3. Write that down. And then you're given x is greater than 0 or equal to 0. And then y is greater than 2, the last inequality. So these look like equations, right? But we call them inequalities because you don't see an equal sign. So which point is a solution of the inequality system? So say you're given, for example, 5 different points. Say you're given, I'm making these up, 2, 4. You're given the coordinate -2, 1. You're given the coordinate 4, 2. Write this down. Your fourth coordinate, say you're given 6, 3. And then you're given a fifth coordinate 0, 3. Just made up some points, right? So which of these coordinates is a solution of this system here? That means that this x value of 2 and this x value of 4, or this x value of 2 and this y value of 4 have to make this sentence true. So 1/5 times 2, if you add 3, does that give you 4, right? So we can try it out. Well, 4 less than or equal to 1/5 times 2 plus 3. This is an x value, y value. You see an x, you see a y. So if you have 1/5 of 2, that's about 2/5, right? And you add 3, is that greater than, because this is on this side, greater than 4? Or is 4 less than 2/5 plus 3? No, 3 plus 2/5 is less than 4. That's not true, that's false, right? So that's why you know that A cannot be an answer, right? So that's how you do that problem. Let's try this one. X is 2 greater than 0? It is. 2 is greater than 0. But remember, this coordinate has to work in all 3 of them. So that's why A is not an answer, because it doesn't work in the first one. Let's try the second one, -2, 1. Well, let's try -2, 1 inside of this right here. Is -2 greater than 0? Is -2, x value, greater than 0? No, it's not. It's false. So that's how you would do that, right? It doesn't work in that one. So now I'm going to show you by graphing. So open up Texas Desmos, not regular one, has to be the green one, not the black one. You're going to put in all your points. all your equations and all your points. So make sure you put an equal sign. You cannot graph these inequality symbols. These inequality symbols tell you, are you looking for points that are above or below? Are you looking for points on a dashed line or a solid line? So these inequality symbols are for you, not for Desmos. So make it an equal sign. So y equals 1/5 x plus 3. Let's write that in there. Y equals 1/5 x plus 3. It gives you that red line there. Okay, the second one, x is equal to 0. We'll make it x equal to 0. X equal to 0. And the third one, y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2. So you're gonna have to shade on your own. I would change the colors of this. So hold on to the black. So you just hold this key for half a second, let go, and make that blue. And then hold on to the purple, boop, make that green. Okay, let's just use red, blue, and green. So now you're gonna go ahead and ask yourself, is the red one solid or dashed? You see a solid line underneath, so it is a solid line. For the x equals 0, this is a solid line underneath, so the line is also solid. Why? There's no solid line underneath this inequality symbol, so it's dashed, dashed, dashed. So the third one is dashed. So for the third one here, the blue one, again, you hold on to this for half a second. So hold on, boop, let go. One more time, boop, let go. Try it again. Boop, let go. There we go. And make it dashed. Make it dashed. Okay? Oh, look at that. We got a solid red one, the first one. We got a solid green one, the second, x equals 0. And then y equals 2 is the blue one, and that's dashed. Now we're going to go ahead and plot our points. 2, 4, negative 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, 0, 3. Make sure you label the points. So parentheses is right here. 2, 4. And label that one A. You don't have to, but it's easier. Negative 2, 1. Negative 2, 1. Label that one B. Keep going. 4, 2 is C. Gotta put in parentheses. 4, 2. Label that one C. Just keep going. 6, 3. 6, 3, parentheses. Let's label that one D. As long as you have one parentheses, you're fine. It'll put the other parentheses for you. And double check your entries, you guys. 0, 3. Next one. Last one. 0, 3 is E. Okay, once you do that, double check your entries. 1/5 x plus 3. 1/5 x plus 3. X equals 0. Y equals 2. This one's a dashed line. The third one, blue one, blue one, blue one is dash, dash, dash. 2, 4, negative 2, 1. 2, 4, negative 2, 1. 4, 2, 6, 3. 4, 2, 6, 3. And then 0, 3. Okay, double check your work. All right, so you're gonna ask yourself some questions here. Okay. So the first one, the red one. You're gonna ask yourself which points, which dots that you see, coordinates, right? Which points are less than or equal to 1/5 x plus 3. So which dots, which points are less than or equal to that red line? Okay, let's look at it. Is A less than that red line? No, it's above it, sitting above, arriba, right? Y is up and down. It's up, it's on top of the red. So the A one, nope, not gonna work. No, cross it out. Okay. Let's look at another one. E. Is E above or equal to? Less or equal to? Less or equal? Well, E is equal. It's not less, but it is equal, so E works. C is less, D is less, and B is less. So all these are still in the game. So we're eliminating, like dodgeball, right? Okay, next line. Which points are greater than the second line? So our second line is the green one, right? Our second line was the green one. Right here, second one, x equals 0. It's going through 0. That's what x equals 0 looks like. Which points are greater than x equals 0? Well, here's x equals 0. These points over here are greater, right? Going positive. So which points are to the right of the green line? Over here, not over here. Is B greater than that green line? No, it's negative. You see that? -2? It's not greater than 0. So B is not an answer. What about E? Is E greater or equal to 0? It's equal. Equal, right? It is equal. It's not greater than it, but it's equal. So E works. Is A to the right of the green? Yep. C and D is to the right of the green. B is to the left. It's less than 0. It's over here in the negative numbers. So E, or B is not an answer. Nope. It's not a solution of this inequality system. Make sure you show your work. We're going to graph it here in a minute in our notebook. All right, let's try 4-2, or let's try the third one. Which points are greater than the third line? Greater than 2. Our third one is blue, right? This blue dashed line. So we'll get our blue line. So we set no to B. We set no to A. And you can also make them disappear. By A, by B, by. Uncolor them. There's no more A and there's no more B. Well, the letters are still there, but we have erased the points. All right, so we have left E, C, and D. Okay, which points are above the blue line? Is E above the blue line? Yes. Is C above the blue line? No, it is on it. This doesn't say on it. This does not say equal. This says above. Greater. Not equal or greater. It says greater. Is C greater than the blue line? It's not. It's on it. So dashed lines, y'all, are off limits. Write that down. Dashed lines are off limits. Dashed lines off limits. Don't pick points that are on that one. Okay, it's not equal to it. So C is not an answer either. It's not greater than the blue line, so go ahead and cross it out. It's not C. What about E? E is greater than the blue line. Is D greater? Yeah, D is also above the blue. So our answer is D and E. Okay, so that's how you do that one. Make sure you show your work, obviously. Give me a little graph, right? Y and X. Give me some tick marks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you make notes to yourself. So the first equation was at 3. Up 1 over 5. Up 1 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. About right here. Make sure you make it match, or you can pick 2 points from here, 0, 3, and you can pick another point here. You can pick this one. What is that? 5, 4. So 0, 3 and 5, 4, right? That one's solid. Take a straight edge, some kind of straight edge, whatever you got nearby, your ID, whatever you got, and go ahead and, I have one hand so I can't do it, but make sure it makes, well, I can do it. Give me 1 second. Take a straight edge or an ID and connect your dots all the way. Okay, I just took this straight edge and just did that. That was your first line, right? And then the second line is y x equals 0, which was basically this line right here. That's our second one. This line is x equals 0. Right? And the y equals 2 is going through y at 2. So it was dashed. Make sure you have dashed. Okay, make sure your lines look pretty good. A good sketch, and that was the third line, y equals 2. And then plug your points, 2, 4, 2, 4 was up here. That was A. B, negative 2, 1. Negative 2, up 1. Oh, right here, negative 2, 1, that's B. C, 4, 2, 4, 2. That was C. That was no. D, 6, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. That was D. And then E, 0, 3. E. So you're saying no to A, right? It was E and D, right? Because A is above the line, right? B was to the left of x equals 0, right? Negative. Make your notes when you're doing this assignment. C, no, 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 because it was not greater than the blue, than the y equals 2 line, right? So make your notes. These satisfied the system. Okay, so that's how you do graphing of inequalities. Make sure you know that this means solution. These are solutions. Write that down, circle it, solution. That's what that means. It satisfies the inequality. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another one. Because sometimes you'll have it where it's not in y equals mx plus b form, like a slope-intercept form. It'll be in the standard form. You're gonna have to get it into standard, into slope-intercept form. This is a very important part. So make sure you watch this. Watch this whole video, because I'm about to go into another part that you're gonna need to know. All right. Let's go ahead and do it here. Ooh. Don't have that with me. I don't know. It's in my other computer. All right, say you have x minus 3, y is greater than or equal to negative 7. You've also got 4x plus y is less than 10. And you've also got 2x minus y is less than 1. You might see it written like this. You're like, that looks confusing. Then just write each one separately. So, all right. So let's look at the first one. X minus 3y is less than negative 7. This, you need to pay attention. If the number in front of this y value is a negative number, which it is, this inequality symbol will flip. I'm going to repeat that. If this number, the coefficient of our y term, is negative, this inequality symbol will flip. So you have to get y to be by itself to graph this in a lot of graphing calculators, or graph it on your own. Not that you have to, but Texas Desmos does not take this format. So subtract your x on both sides to get rid of the x. Bring down your negative 3y, the whole thing. Bring down this inequality symbol the same way. Bring down the negative x, bring down the negative 7. Okay, just rewrite this one, rewrite this one. Bring this whole thing down. To get y by itself, you have to divide by that negative 3. Now you have one of those y's left. If you divide this side by negative 3, you have to divide this side as well. So when you do that, star this. This is so important. If you divide by a negative number, if you divide by a negative number, this symbol will flip, circle it, star it. This is important, okay? It's a rule. So, because you just change the inequality around. You can't just go around dividing by negatives on inequalities. It doesn't work that way. So flip it to the other side. And just rewrite this just how you see it. Put this in Desmos. Okay? So that's our first equation. All I did was subtract the x. You see that right here? I kept the -7 and I divided by that -3. Just two things I did. Two. Subtract the x and what? Yeah, divide by the -3. If I divide by a negative number, I have to do what? Flip my inequality symbol. It's not like a greater than anymore. It's now less. That's huge. So when you go about graphing this, less, 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 circle it. Okay, let's try the next one. 4x plus y is less than 10. Is there a negative in front of the y? No. So this one's fine. Just go ahead and subtract your 4x to get rid of it on that side. Put it over here. Bring this y down. Keep the symbol the same. Nothing's happened. All you did was subtract 4x and keep that 10. You didn't divide by any negative number. You're going to graph this right here. This is your second equation. Let's look at the third one. 2x minus y is less than 1. What do we see in front of this y? Oh, a negative. We could write this as a -1 if you want to. Make your life easier or harder. I don't like doing that, but if you like it, do it. Subtract your 2x on both sides. Bring this whole -1y or -y down. The only thing I just did just now is I subtracted a 2x. That's it. If I divide by a -1, what happens? You got it. This symbol will be greater than now. That's what happens. And I'm going to graph this right here. And I'm telling myself I'm looking for any points greater or equal. Okay? So now let's go ahead and write them over again. Make your life easier. We've got y is less than this one. Less or equal. Less or equal. Want to also graph the second one. -4x plus 10. And that one's less. It's the same. Nothing changed. Less. And then -2x plus 1. You don't have to rewrite this, you guys. I just am very organized with my math. I like things to be all in one place. Remember, this one's changed, so now it's greater. Not this one's less, but we flipped it so greater or equal. Graph these three. Remember, you don't need to put y equals. You can just put what's right here. It'll graph it, and what's right here. You don't have to simplify nothing for Desmos. All right, so let's go ahead and put those in and the points and see which points are lesser or greater. All right, erase, 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 erase. -x. Okay, to get the fraction bar, hit this fraction bar right here. Okay. Boop. There you go. -x minus 7. -x minus 7. Make sure no capital. Bring it down, -3. That's the first one. Make sure you typed it in correctly. Be careful with your negatives. -4x plus 10, -4x plus 10, -4x plus 10. Double check your entries, you guys. Hold on to the red, bloop. Make this one green. All right, -2x, there's a fraction bar. Click it right here, boop. -2x plus 1, -2x plus 1, -1. Double check. Negative x minus 7, negative 3. Negative x minus 7, minus 3. Negative 4x plus 10, negative 4x plus 10, negative 2x plus 1, negative 1. I'm showing you real time. You have to double check your entries, you guys. Next, put your points in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and look at 0, negative 2, 0. Is this point a solution? What about negative 0, negative 2? Is that a solution? What about 0, negative 4? Is that a solution? Let's do 0, 4. Is that a solution? Let's do 4, 0. Is that a solution? Let's do 0, negative 1. Is that a solution? Let's do 2.5, comma 0. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points to look at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 0, 4. And we need 4, 0. Okay, so go ahead and put all 7 points in. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, put all those points in. You can pause the video. Pause the video. All right, so let's go down the list. Which points are less than this fraction, right? I mean, less than this line, right? The first one. Less than the red one. Which points are less than the red line? Is this green one less than it? No. That one is 0, 4. So 0, 4 is not going to work, right? All the other ones are less than the red line though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are, but that one was not. 0, 4 was not. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Which points are going to be less? Now, less means dashed. So make sure you make that second one dash. You're going to go ahead and go up here and hold on to the green. Boop. Make it dashed. Okay. That green one is dashed. Which points are less than this green? Is 4 less? Or 4 is out. So go ahead and take that one out. 0, 4, the green one, undo it, okay? So, which points are less than the green? Is the purple one less than the green? No, it's greater. It's above the green. So 4 doesn't work. Is the blue one less than the green? No, it's on it. So that won't work either. Now you're like, Miss S, what do you mean by less, right? What do you mean by less? Let's look at an example. Say you have a house. This green line is a ladder. Say this is a ladder to your house. Okay? Where is below the ladder? Is it guy 1 standing on the ladder or guy 2 standing below the ladder? Guy 2 is below this ladder. It's below the angle. Anything over here is below. Anything up here is above. Let's go the other way. This way. Which guy standing on the ladder is below the ladder? This guy who's not standing on it, right? He's below it. He's not on it. He's below the ladder. He's not standing on it. Anything down here is below this angle. Anything up here is above it. So that's how above and below works. Greater, arriba, up, down, below. So this purple one is not less than, it's greater than the green. It's greater, it's up here. Anything down here, here is less than the green. So these 3 points are less, okay? Last one, which points is greater than the third one or equal? We know this blue one is no, so go ahead and check mark that one. Purple one was not a solution either. Uncheck mark that one. So you have 3 left. Oh, you have 4 left. Where's the 4th one? Where's the other one? It's hiding somewhere. It's hiding. Oh, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So which points are greater or equal? Greater or equal to the blue. Is this green line greater? Yeah, it's above. It's up. So green, yes. Is this red one greater or equal? It is equal. Yes. Is this purple one greater or equal? No, it's down. Is this black one greater or equal? No, it's not greater or equal, it's down. So red and green are greater or equal. So -2, 0, 0, -1. -2, 0, 0, -1 are solutions. Make sure you sketch this out. Sketch it out on your paper. You can just do a sketch. That's fine. That's the first line. The second line was like this. The third line was like this. You had a point over here. You had a point here. You had a point here and here. You had a point. Let's put them all back. Uncolor them. Had a point here and here, here and here. You had a point up here. You should have 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And make a story, right? So this point was above. It wasn't less, so no. Right, above the first one. This point was not greater. It has to be greater. It's on it. It's on it, so no. This point is above. It's supposed to be less than that second one, so no. And this one is this one I think works, right? Yes. And yes. These two, no, because they are below. That third one is supposed to be greater. So make sure you're showing some kind of work, and that's how you do those. So make sure you're careful. If you see a negative number in front of the Y like this, you have to flip your inequality sign. Negative, flip. Negative number, flip. Make that a huge note in your notebook, right? So that is graphing systems of inequalities. I know it's a lot. Some people like shading. You might find that, the shading thing. I think I kind of did it over here. You can shade. So one thing you could do is you could say, remember A was less, so you can shade anything less than A. You can do the different colors as well. It's gonna get messy, that's why I didn't do it this way. Greater than the second one, so anything greater than this line here to the right, positive. Shade the whole paper, okay, like that. Then greater than the third one. So greater than this third one, anything greater above. You could do that, but it's messy. And you see where they cross. All the shading crossed right here. And you can show that that's your overlap region. That's your region of solution, right? It's the area that you're like, these are the points that I'm looking for. I'm looking for D, and then E worked because it was on the line, on this shaded. It was not in the shaded region, but it is. It's on the very end, the border of it right here. This is on the border as well, but remember this was a dashed line, so that's why C doesn't work. So you can shade and then find the overlap right here and circle. That's my overlap region. You can make a little arrow overlap region where all the colors come together, and that's where you're looking for the points, because that particular point satisfies each of these inequalities. It's a system. Remember, by hand, each point has to work in each of these equations there, right? So, or inequalities, not equations. There's no equal sign. Good luck, you guys. Do your worksheets. Make sure you show your work. You can shade or just show this is the region here that you're looking for and show that work. I don't want you doing this for all of them. You can do them for some of them for fun for your own self. Actually, do some of them like this. Just practice. But this assignment is graphing, okay? Graphing. All right, good luck.